You know me whatever you want. A knight in shining armor, or a magic spellcaster. Roll the dice, hoping for 20 might get the one. The clash of grids can turn the tide of the battle. The dungeon master has saved the tale for us. Let's start this journey together. Ignite the fire and cast your spell. Thrust your swords straight into your foes. We have the strength to overcome all the challenges ahead. Embark on adventures, endless journey beyond reality, into the darkest dungeon that waiting for us. Pushing forward and level up. We finish what we have started. Lots of needs.
Hi, welcome to Clash of Crits. I'm your host, but today I am not your Dungeon Master. Today we have also Kuma as our Dungeon Master.
Yeah. You know, we have another session of Eberron. First session was cool.
Yeah.
With us today, as always, most of the time, unless he's a bitch, we have Chappie.
I'll slap taste out your mouth. What's up, y'all? Chappie here, and I've decided to do fun facts for this campaign.
You piece of shit.
Yes! Start yes, make my 2025.
Here's a little nugget of knowledge
If
for
you're a
your
Patreon
day.
follower, you know that he never gives a fun fact for Dungeons and Discussion, so this is bullshit.
Here's a little nugget of knowledge for your day. Wearing headphones for just an hour could increase the bacteria in your ear by 700 times. And today we're about to hit the multiplier.
We've hit the multiplier many times.
I wish you never told me that fucking fact.
No. There you go.
No.
I know Sivan's over there slithering in his hoodie right now.
I mean, if that's the case, Drop has been building bacteria for
Oh,
a
for
long
real.
time.
It's only like,
no wonder you don't listen.
listen because I don't like you.
Have you ever looked
have
at his ear?
Droppa.
Killed me.
That's what you get, bitch.
Your ear's got its own heartbeat, bitch.
I don't even know what that means, but that shit was hilarious.
You gonna co-sign that bullshit?
He protected you. He protected you to throw you into the fire.
Hey, everybody, I play Dropper Crit here. Today, we're gonna do Shalissa's Dream Journal. I keep having the same dream again. The same exact cold morning. After I opened the book, after the sigil showed up on my forehead, after my sister has the matching sigil, only thing I hear is my father screams and my mother crying. Why I should listen. Now my sister won't wake up again.
Did you make Neji?
No, I did it in,
Hold on, wait a minute. Question.
what's up?
So that's a journal where you
That was my dream.
log your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a dream journal. You just log your dreams.
Yeah, my bad. I'll just log my
Okay,
dreams.
because I was like, yo, that's crazy to be in your dream journal. But from one sad man to another, we got Nomi Smalls.
I tell you, trying to speak butterfly talk to a bunch of caterpillar folk is stressful. Especially when my own noggin's a fluttery mess I barely understand. The infrastructure of our society is crumbling. Soon the sun will crash down upon us.
Hell yeah! Yeah!
Literally in our world and in Eberron eventually.
Wow.
Deep.
That was deep.
He
Are you part Matthew McConaughey?
Huh? Oh, no, those were...
Because now
his-
every time you talk, like, all the time, that's kind of what
Sometimes
I
it
think.
goes southern on accident.
No, he
but-
just plays Matthew McConaughey by default sometimes.
Yeah, on accident.
But we also have not Seven, but Sven.
Not seven, but beer.
Huh?
Huh?
Beer.
Oh,
You're
Bia,
Seven playing
who
beer.
got the
Beer.
keys to my Beamer?
Beamer.
Spit some shit.
Beer's Night Watch. As I watch the whole entire team sleep, I think about one thing that's been nagging at me recently, and it's the powers that Baron uses. I'm not sure if he knows where they come from, but I do, and I know I have a past with them. Logged out.
Being takes way too many uppers and downers.
You know what's so funny? Because like you say, while the rest of the team is sleeping, and I know for a fact that as you look around and you see people just cuddled up and snoring, right across from you, standing straight up and looking at you, is Godric. Because he
don't sleep.
I go in it's just
You
me
go
and
to
Godric.
trance. I actually just don't.
I'm like,
he just be waiting. He was checking the time like
My sleep
y'all
is
gonna
called
get up.
sentry mode.
They are allowed 4 hours and 34 minutes.
And 26 seconds.
Oh, you don't let us sleep in at all.
Fuck no.
It's our day off, Godric.
There is no day off.
What is
You
the day
guys,
off?
you guys sleep to the beautiful sound of a slow rotation of his Gatling gun.
that's our white
as,
noise.
as he's just waiting.
Oh, I ain't do this shit to you today. How you doing, baby? Kenneth.
But speaking of Godric,
I was waiting.
we have Psycho.
Mission log number 785. Extraction successful. Minimal casualties. Minor collateral damage. Culprit apprehended but punishment undetermined. And kit condition minor scrapes due for recommission. End mission log.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at your sweater right now, and I'm like, that's so Godric. Rise against machines.
Yeah, how's Kenneth? Kenneth till I die, baby.
Wild.
Kenneth.
No.
Lives rent free in my head
Every time.
every time.
That's why I sent that Wakanda Forever, baby.
Every time I see.
Dude, I saw Black Panther 2 the other day. I could not stop thinking about, like, man, if this was all fucking Kenneth, this would be goddamn hilarious.
Kinda. Damn.
Are you our Chadwick Boseman? RP to the GOAT.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Your ability to make Eberron catchy things is generational.
It's wild. Our group chat was just filled with Kenneth.
Kenneth till I die.
And that's not even, we're not even talking about the other guy he had.
Oh, Zarino?
Yeah.
Oh.
Psycho will just cook up some Eberron catchphrases for your ass, and he'll just be out here
Wild.
just doing it all day.
Ain't no plane for Zarino.
But are you guys ready for a recap?
You better take that motherfucking cap off. You better moisten it up with your lips. You better recap me. Dad.
I didn't know we were throwing horny recaps at me like we do Psycho.
Oh yeah, I gotta give you same. Gotta give you the same injury.
I
You don't like that shit, huh? I can see in your
feel
face.
victimized.
Gotta give you the same energy.
I don't know where I am right now.
Shut up, you're talking to fucking caterpillars, apparently.
So we all good?
I'm not. Take your cap
Anyways.
off.
Give
Look at
some-
me in my face holes.
Okay, I gotta look at you while you do this.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I want to see the light leave your eyes when you take the cap off.
Ooh,
'Cause
a
you're
needle.
You're the only person who's had one of these that actually has a hairline.
Fight me, bitch.
That's wild. Okay.
I'm not done with you. I'm done with you.
You got anything to get out of your system? Okay, after 6, but before 8.
That's supposed to be your new nickname. I hope you know that.
Yo, that was kind of slick.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, now also Kumaki gets the fucking recap.
Last session, Kappa Terrapace, a new recruit, was added to Team 8 of the Ghost Unit. House Cannon's secret organization that helps them hold the reins of business and power within the country of Corvair. He was successful in his first mission, but will he be able to keep up and keep quiet about things? I guess you'll have to tune in and find out.
Dragon, walk the dragon, dragon.
Kappa, he's a turtle
Kappa.
that only lives 10 years.
Kenneth will never let you walk away.
Your voice just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
While you were,
Yes.
We take you back into Siri very early in the morning. It's maybe, I say maybe, but I guess I know the exact time. So it's like 7:30, 8 a.m. Early to some people, might be late to you guys, depending on when your mission logs are. But you know that today was supposed to be a day off. Usually during your days off, it's only Godric that's in the office. trying to figure out ways to find more work for you guys or find more work for anybody else that's there. It's not his job, but somehow he finds a way to help House Cannith keep people in check however he can. Though it is your day off, you know that today is payday, and unless you're Godric, who completely sends his funds to the vault of House Cannith, you're going to have to go in, give them your information and how you want your funds to be set up, whether you want to take it in gold right away or you need it to be sent somewhere.
You don't got a direct deposit set up yet?
Well, you do, but a lot of people change where their money is going and stuff like that. A lot of people within the Ghost unit, at least Team B and stuff like that, like to keep everything mixed up a lot to where there's no real location to where any of their stuff is going or any address or anything like that, keeping themselves just off the grid. We will start off with Shalissa, Baron, and Kappa all entering the secret base for House Cannith.
How do we get there? Is it like behind like a tree or like at the bottom of a well?
It would be the same way that you entered the first time,
Oh,
where
the
you go
garage.
into that warehouse and take that elevator.
Okay.
The garage?
As the three of you go through the secret paths and into the base and make your way towards finances, you can see that there are a lot of people that have just kind of like frustrated faces or seem just aggravated. There are some people that you see them walking away from finances and saying like, fuck it, like I'll just get my check a different day. And like from what you guys see, it seems like there's some type of problem within the finance department.
Do we have the perp with us? Or did we already?
We already dropped them
Turned
off.
it, I said we turned it all in and everything like that.
Yeah.
This is,
So
the
This
next
is just
day.
us trying to get
Well,
our paycheck.
Just to be clear, because I should have said something. There's going to be a little bit of a time gap between sessions.
Yeah.
So right now it's been about 2 weeks.
Okay. When we should be getting our paychecks, but we haven't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it's 2 weeks since last
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks since the last mission.
Yeah.
Like since the mission from last episode.
Yes.
So you guys have been on missions since then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be looking around confused, trying to air hustle more information out of whatever I heard before making my way into the club. to see the
Go
clerk.
ahead and roll a notice.
A 1.
One altogether.
Altogether a 1.
Is anybody else rolling notice, or you guys are just kind of just like moving that way?
I guess this is like would be my first time getting a paycheck, so I don't really know how it's supposed to be. So I guess I probably wouldn't do anything.
I mean, you might roll a notice because this is your first time. You're kind of like sussed out of what's going on, trying to hear.
This
people
is your
panicking.
first check as well, though.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I guess I'll also roll a notice.
Yeah, I'll roll notice.
1.
1.
Wow. Yeah. So a bunch of like grunts and mumbling, but it seems like anybody who's talking shit or just like being upset, they're like purposely staying quiet as you guys walk past. They're not being loud enough for you guys specifically to hear.
Can I actually invoke an aspect, always listening, to use stealth instead of notice when listening?
Sure. It's up to you. You would have to
yeah.
pay a fate token.
Yeah. Whatever I did with them, I'll pay a fate token. I'll look for them in a second.
You only need them for this. What you doing?
I don't know what I did with
You
them.
had one job, damn it.
You had the
I found
most
them.
out of
They're in my pooch pocket.
Heck yeah.
All right. Using a fate token.
So hand it to Osokuma.
Here you go, God.
Thank
You
you.
didn't technically have an extra one comparatively to everything
So
else.
Yeah.
What a
You-
transaction.
do I re-roll or do I just use that?
You would have been replacing, so you would
Yeah,
use your
so
stealth instead.
2.
So with a 2, you
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just made it seem like it was gonna be a way bigger boost.
right?
You might as well have. You could have just invoked a boost for it instead. But
Well, there's also
all you
another
needed was
reason-
a 2 to hear a bit of anything, but it's
Yeah.
crazy that you spent a fate token for just that +1.
I just like how you said a 2.
That's wild.
He's killing it.
It's
Leave him
okay.
alone.
But it's fine.
Okay.
So you hear a bit of like bits and pieces of what people are saying, and like as somebody walks past you, it looks like they're kind of just like looking down at their paperwork and talking to the person next to them and doesn't like see you guys in front. And you know that though there are some people who really believe within House Cannith that Warforgers are a good part of the war and the future and advancement, there are a lot of people who are just like, they're pieces of shit that don't even live. They're just equipment. That's it.
Like our own Warforged.
So you hear somebody like, doesn't even fucking make sense. That tin can is back there. They shouldn't even be back there. I don't understand why they would have somebody who doesn't even have a heart or soul even messing with stuff as important as this. The finances for House Cannith shouldn't be up to a toy to play with. And then you see like they kind of like bump into you a little bit and they're like, oh, sorry, man. And then walk past you.
Since Baron's in his armor, because he doesn't want anyone, whenever he's around anyone not the ghost crew, he doesn't want anyone seeing his face. He's actually going to kind of let out a little bit of fear toxin and just kind of like rush really quickly at their face. Be like get out of my way, I need my check.
So their response is different. It's not like sorry and they walk past you. You see that you do that as they kind of like stumble back and like, dude, what the fuck? Just calm down. It's not that big of a deal. And you see they kind of just like move around things like close to the wall, trying to stay away from you as they like go down the hallway and away.
I follow them for a quick second as they're trying to run away.
You Michael Myers walk like after them?
Yeah,
that's wild.
for a second, and then I'm just like, might not be important to you, but we need our money. We deserve our money. And you say harmful things about people within House Cannith. Pathetic.
So, though it's somewhat usual to you, Shalissa, Kappa, you just seen Baron kind of like spaz out for a second and then start speed walking after somebody who's trying to like walk away. And then you can't really hear what he says, but you hear him just like grunting some words and then turn around like a psychopath and start walking back towards you guys.
And then I think to myself, I've always had these suspicions. He was spitting straight facts though, because I'm about that paper.
I tell Kappa, it's just Baron. He likes to blow off some steam sometimes.
He usually isn't like this on the missions we go on.
He's more friendly around people he knows or more comfortable with. He doesn't really wear the armor when he's hanging out with us, but when he's around here, he walks around in it. It's good to let people know your status.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry, they were making fun of they were making fun of Godric.
What were they saying about Godric?
That Warforges have no soul and they shouldn't be in control of our money. And that means they talking about Godric, and I don't like it.
Well, Godric isn't in control of our money.
No, but is he a Warforged?
Yes.
But as you guys continue walking, you guys walk into the finance department and you see two big windows. You see at one window there is this small human girl in front of this window, and you see the little like square hole for paperwork to be passed through and gold to be passed through. And you see on the other window this hulking Warforged that looks like he doesn't even fit in the window. He has to kind of like shove his fingers through the hole.
Arms. I got my
you
baby
see he has his baby arms out that are facts.
The tiny hands. Like when they have
kind of.
If you don't know, Warforges can release two little baby arms that can hold items for you. So Godric is standing there, his hulking big form in front of the window, and then you see his baby hands like running through money and like
this fucking Men in Black.
yes.
Does he have like really tiny glasses on that like don't even work?
Like the Penn's glass?
Yeah.
With one with a crack in it?
Yeah.
And you see like this small like badge on his chest that says temp assistant.
I noticed Godric and I stepped to the other line. Well, Baron, I was wrong, and I will buy you a snack or something. I guess Godric is in charge of our money.
You see, as you step to the other line, the woman puts up a sign saying lane closed.
Motherfucker.
And she goes on, she walks up to you, Godric. She's like, I'm going to take maybe a 15. You think you'll be able to handle all this?
You were 5 minutes late, so you should take a 10.
Sure.
Then that is fine.
Okay. You see, she's just like, whatever, and like just walks out.
I'd step back over.
I'll be at the front of the line, I
That's
guess.
our Godric, always staying on point.
So yeah, you walk up and you see that it's Godric,
Kappa,
your friend.
Hello, Godric.
how are you doing today?
I am good. How are you?
I am swell. What can I do for you?
I'm here to get my first check.
Okay. As you see that he like pulls out some papers. Name,
Kappa. Tarapace.
writes it down. Occupation.
What do you mean?
What's your occupation?
Thought it was a secret.
Yes. What's your occupation?
What is my occupation?
Ghost. You're part of Ghost Team A.
Ghost Unit 567B.
Account number.
3311. Sorry, they don't have two-factor authentication here.
Height.
Okay, this is absurd. 5'11",
Weight.
460 pounds,
Skin complexion.
black.
Notes. Any notes that you need deposited?
No.
Where is this going? Cash.
He
Cash.
hits you with most immediate commanding officer.
Direct cash.
Yes,
I need you to
please.
fill out this form. As she pulls out another form,
Do you have a pen? This one's not working.
he hands you one.
Oh shit, this one's not working either.
Hands you another one.
Can I have a Warforged pen?
There's no Worf. He's like, give me one moment. As you'd probably hear like screaming somewhere.
Give me a craft check.
He's just smashing them together, just hoping one's magnetic and the other one's bleeding.
3. Do I succeed with style?
You step behind the counter where nobody can see you, and you have like counting bots that are there. They're sentient. And you just start mashing them together without consent.
And then you see that he hands you a different, it looks kind of like a pen.
It
Oh.
goes, kill me.
Wow, this is quite the pen. Did you make this?
Yes,
Good
I
job.
need you to fill out the form. There's a line happening.
I am ready for duty. Use me until all ink is gone. I am ready to die for House Kenneth. And you hear the click, click.
Why do you have to look at me like that? I get it. Fuck. Start filling out the form.
Fill out the form.
A little bit slower than like you're used to.
Can you hurry this up? Some people got places to be.
As you're filling out the form, you would notice on the screen and everything that an extra 25% was transferred into his account.
Like, so he's supposed to get paid an extra 25%.
He's supposed to get paid an extra 25%, and you could see that it was from Core.
That core deposited the extra 25?
He deposited 25 from his own check.
Okay. It seems that you have some extra liquidity. Would you like me for that to be taken out as well, or would you like it sent somewhere?
Please give me all of it.
As Godric would make sure they put that amount in, as you would hand in the paper, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big bills, please.
And he would hand you then he would hand you essentially like a note. It says, go. If you go around the corner, there is the actual vault. You hand in that paper, and then you will get your money.
Perfect. Thank you.
You have a good day, sir.
You too.
As soon as Kappa steps away, Baron will step up. He'll slap a paper down on the counter and go, "Here you go, Godric. I already filled everything out. You know, always send like 50% of it to my father's apothecary, and I guess the rest to me is just so I can make sure I have all the goods we need."
As you see, Godric here, yes, but just have to make sure. Protocol, name.
And he's gonna like get up to the table and whisper, It's me. It's me, Baron Stone.
Baron Stone. Occupation.
Oh, hey, what's our job title?
Ghost unit. You've been what?
Ghost unit? This is a stressful situation. I don't know what's happening.
You see a Kenneth guard, from, like a finance guard as well. Like they guard the vault and stuff like that.
You said finance or fine ass?
Finance.
Oh, perf.
Yes.
You're perfect.
Like they guard the vaults and everything. Like you hear, stop messing around, boy. You've cashed checks before. You know the rules. Listen to him.
Ghost unit?
Ghost unit. Verified. Okay. Now, account number.
Yeah, and he reads off what's on the paper.
So as he's reading everything off.
The 10 minutes up.
You're in line behind. And you're kind of like,
I'm
I
like
want my
on
check.
the counter at this point.
Yeah, you're like,
whispering.
I want my check, but I'm kind of like dreading getting my check. I know why everybody else was upset. You're like, I deal with this man on a daily.
He ain't soulless.
As
He
you're
just ain't all
walking,
there.
as you're walking around the corner of the desk to the vault, you see on this form it shows everything that you did and what you're being compensated for.
Okay.
And then it shows that Core signed off on sending 25% of his check to you.
I wonder why.
He trying to fuck.
Yeah?
So I would verify all the info that's written down from Baron, and then Shalissa.
Good day, Godric.
Good day, sir. What can I do for you?
Godric, it's payday. I'm trying to just catch my check.
What else am I here for? Like,
What are you doing? I'm just trying to cash my check.
Understood.
Trying to get my money.
Takes out a paper, pen, name,
You know my name, Godric.
name.
Godric, look at me. Who am I?
You have to identify yourself.
God damn it. Shalissa Alveda III.
Occupation,
Ghost unit
account number.
8004.
Slap the shit out of you in real life.
On 4 fours on tip.
So I get all the info from Shalissa.
yeah.
No,
and,
fuck that. Make him do the whole thing.
midway,
Fuck that.
midway through, you see that the woman walks back in. She's like, my time is over. It seems that your assistant hours are up as well. If you want to maybe volunteer somewhere else, you can, but you're no longer needed in finance.
It seems you were 30 seconds late, so you need to stay an extra 30 seconds. Was I given any other orders?
You know that really everybody else kind of gave you the you can go here or you can go there. We're good. We don't need no extra help. And they took your constructive criticism. But after this, technically, you don't need to do anything else except for say, hey, send my entire check to the vault. So if you want to get out and get in line, you could.
Okay, that's exactly what I'll do. So Godric will stand up, inform her that she needs to stay an extra 30 seconds before she clocks out, and then he will walk around and then just wait in line.
Okay, when I passed the girl that came back and stuff to go get my money, I'm gonna tell her you better stay them 30 seconds. He will know if you don't stay those 30 seconds.
House Kenneth will know.
I will lock eyes with her.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay. I'm
Godric
sorry.
is a frequent volunteer here in the finance department.
He needs to make sure that we're all doing our jobs.
Do you know if you talk to your supervisor,
It doesn't do much.
you can get him to stop volunteering?
No, not exactly, because what House Kenneth likes is people who absolutely follow the rules to the core.
Well,
That's our Godric.
Kenneth. I'll walk towards the vault.
And she's like, Godric?
Hello, I am Godric. I have compensation I would like to be sent to the vault. Here is my info. To verification, it is G0D1R. G0DR1K. Occupation, Ghost Unit Commander. Number 442675. Height 7 feet, weight 300 pounds. Additional note to Kenneth. Deposit.
All you needed to do was check here that you don't want the funds. You wanted to just stay in the vault.
It is protocol to verify info.
Well, I mean, I'm not giving you anything from the vault.
Yes, but it is protocol to verify the info before any decisions are made.
I mean, yeah, but you could actually...
You have to verify who I am to understand that my money, my compensation would be going back to Kenneth.
Correct, but I would have to... I could just put a note in to the system, and then it just keeps the money there. The way that you want me to do it, I have to take all of it out, process
That's
it,
protocol.
then put it back in.
That is protocol.
But I don't need to take it out
Yes,
of
you do, because that is protocol.
Yes, sir. You see that? She just continues what she needs to do.
The entire conversation that they're having, Baron is behind the desk staring at her with his mask, just like right in front of her face, not saying a word.
Like a creepy-ass kid.
At the moment, you guys are all just getting your money. By the time you guys all get your money, Godric would be done giving all his information. Bia, since you're more of an early riser and you don't sleep much, you were already in way earlier in the day and dealt with Godric and all that stuff to get compensation. As you basically drift out back into the city because it is your day off and there's really nothing to do, you notice Core walking maybe 40 feet away from you. You kind of like notice his armor, but you see that he's like walking across the street towards this new Silver Flame Chapel.
I'm gonna go see if I can catch up with him.
You see that like as you start to get closer, you see that there are some priests that come out and kind of like greet him. You notice that their robes aren't traditional Silver Flame. You've been to Thrain, you've been to the main chapel, you know how this works. It's been a religion for years, and it seems like their robes aren't completely traditional. As they're talking to Quor, as you're like getting closer, you see that they have two priests. You see that they have a smile on their face, and it seems like Core is kind of like blank faced.
Can I hear what they're saying?
You would have to get a lot closer. Are you trying not to get noticed?
Yes, I'm trying not to get noticed.
So I would need a stealth check.
A 0.
Y'all trash with your rolls.
Core rolls a -1 on notice, so he does not notice you. As you get closer, Core seems like he's very involved in this conversation. But before you get close enough to be in ear's range to hear anything, you see that one of the priests, as his left eye, as like he's staring at Core, you see his right eye dart to the side and spot you. It glares black for a second, and then his eye goes back to focused on Core.
Can I get a closer look at what the robes say?
You see the robes that they have on. You see that there are certain patterns that are on the upper part of the robe that isn't usually on Silver Flame robes. It's the same colors, same design, but then you see that there is just one stripe across the entire back, and then you see that it looks like there's a design of stars that are around the top of the robe.
Okay, that's fire. Would I have ever read anything about that and or heard anything about this?
You have not read, because of how paranoid you are, you have heard that some patterns involving stars may have to do with the inspired. But you've never been able to be close enough to see what exactly that pattern is. I mean, there's patterns with stars all over the place.
Yeah.
And you don't know which ones are innocent or not.
All right, so I would try to get closer to come talk to Corey.
As you get closer, you see like beads of sweat coming down the side of Core's face.
So I put my hand on his shoulder. Core, are you okay over here?
Oh, Bia. Yeah, I'm fine. This is a new Silver Flame Chapel that has opened up here. I was asking them how they've liked the city so far, the area. And you hear one of the priests like, yes, and we're doing very well here. Though we have just started, we have so many new followers.
Where do you come from? What region?
Oh, well, we are originally from Thrain, from the main chapel. But we decided to start a chapel here so that we can be closer to the people of Siri.
Interesting choice. I've been to the one in Thrain before myself.
Yes, we believe that regardless of what country you are from, regardless of the war, religion should be spread and people should have something to believe in.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what does the designs on your garment mean?
These are the new designs for the bishops that are here within Siri. We decided to move away from the traditional designs of Thrain and have different designs for the different countries we decided to branch out to. Siri was the first one.
Okay, so while he was saying that, can I roll empathy on to see if he's lying?
Empathy?
Yeah,
What does it normally notice?
notice.
It would be notice.
Okay, yeah, so it's like a stunt that replaces that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll roll a notice.
+3.
Plus
Yeah.
3.
As you roll notice and you're trying to figure out like if they're lying or not, you can tell that when they're telling you about, this is a new robe for them being in Siri, that they were originally part of the Silver Flame and Thrain, all that stuff is the truth. But something seems off about it. The one thing that you can tell is not completely true is that they're here to spread the word of the Silver Flame.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, I'd like to sit in on one of your ceremonies.
Right now, it is a bit too late.
Well, when is the next one that you'll have?
Well, we like to start while it's still dark outside. So we do 3 a.m, all the way up until 6. We have 3 different services.
I believe I'll pop in for one of your services.
Oh, will you be up through the night?
Oh, yes. I'll be up. I'm quite an early bird, or just sometimes I barely sleep at all.
Well, you are very rare. Most people are sleeping and dreaming their night away.
I understand that I'm not a person that particularly partakes in dreams.
And you see Cora's like, yeah, I think I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you're not that religious, so
Oh, please, Cora. My father and my mother was a part of the Church of the Silver Flame.
really.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess you've never shared that before, but you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, we
You
can
got
leave.
plans for the day?
Oh, just to go do the normal day stuff on the day off, or until they hand us a new thing.
It's like you guys start to walk away, you hear one of the priests saying, Nyla will be fine while you're gone, Cor. And you see him shiver as he starts to walk away with you.
Now, can I invoke a high concept? Trespassing the veil.
Sure.
You can sense the Cora, but they can also sense you back.
It's cool how you end like a mini campaign on the second episode.
This is gonna be fun as fuck.
Hey, at least we're not there.
As you turn around and you invoke trespassing the veil, as you start to spin around to look back at their direction, everything flashes white and there's nothingness. Then everything gets dark, and you see these terrifying, horrific vestiges in glowing blue, staring directly at you as you feel like you're floating in the void. Just as they get ready to pounce towards your direction, you blink and everything goes back to normal. For a second, if it would have stayed in that darkness, that veil, they would have been able to get to you without anybody noticing, because it's somewhat like a different plane. But as it flashes back, you see that their smiles go away as they're staring dead at you, and you see that both of them, their eyes go completely black.
Bia flashes a smile back at them.
You see that as you do that, it looks like they glitched as they're standing there, not moving a muscle. You see that as the wind blows, their hair doesn't even blow in the wind. Their robes don't blow in the wind.
That's fucking sus, dude.
And you see that Core turns around to grab you, and it looks like he looks that direction and doesn't notice anything.
I look at Cora.
As you look at Core and you look back, you can see It looks like a faded like version of where they were standing, but it looks like it's starting to fade away, like they weren't there. So as like Kor's like, come on, let's just go, and you get ready to say something. It looks like on your cellular device, you see that an alarm goes off, and you know that a new mission has popped up.
I bring it out.
You see cores start beeping as well as you guys start rushing back to the base. As you guys are at the base, you guys all got your money. You guys meet back up with Godric, and you see all of your notifications start popping up as well. A new mission has popped up.
What kind of ringtones everybody got?
You have... yeah, you have the Kim Possible
Sick.
beep.
As soon as the alarm goes off, you see Baron's armor start to glow a deep purple around him in a gas-like form, but now it's perfectly flowing around him, and a little bit of teal, as if the atmosphere has shifted within him and around him.
My shit is just basically, I'm the scat man, like the whole little scat man song. That's it. That's all.
As you guys are rushing to be debriefed, you see that walking out of one of the rooms is B team, and you see that they're basically just painted in blood. You see that General 6, and that's the dude that his father was. Yeah, you see General 6 walking out, and he has one arm, as like where his arm is at is all being like bandaged up. You see that he has paperwork for a mechanical prosthetic.
Do we have beef
I
with B team?
walk over. I salute to B team.
You guys don't have beef with B team,
Okay.
but there have been moments where you guys have crossed paths, and they have a mission, you have a mission, and it conflicts.
Yeah.
To where like there is some animosity when it comes to that stuff, but overall,
Other than
guys are
that, we
good.
want them to succeed.
yes.
General,
Shalissa.
are you okay, 6? I know you're missing your arm, but like, God, what happened? Everybody is just painted with blood and gore.
There was a stampede of bullets, and I don't know where they came from, but they had this like red aura around them. They were raging. I've never seen a bullet with that much power. There were about 20 of them.
20 bullets, and they were raging?
They were like something I've never seen before. It had to be some type of chemical mutation or something. I mean, right now I don't feel the arm that's gone. The drugs here are good, I guess. But they said that I could either deal with the medication and go without an arm, or go through excruciating pain and have them build me a new arm.
As they're talking, Baron's not saying anything, but he's going to each member of the B team unit, and a glow of bright teal that smells like green tea, peppermint, and berries starts to form around them and give them a real calm, relaxing, to just feel better emotionally, but also it is helping, heal whatever wounds, like superficial wounds they have.
Yeah, you see that there is this huge, like, singed, like, burning mark in the other turtle that's there. That's the other general. You see that it looks like kind of like a handprint, but it like the whole front of his chest is like burnt.
It doesn't look like a bullet.
No.
Can I try to ask if I can get like a sketch of the handprint from the turtle?
What? You hear? What do you need a sketch for?
I'm just asking because we come across this again, and it doesn't look like a bullet handprint. So if we come across
this was 6.
This was 6.
Yeah. The stampede was coming in. I didn't see them. He
Okay.
gathered all of his arcane energy and kind of like blasted me away before they took his arm.
Okay. That's less of a crisis, because I'm saying if bullets can do.
Still a fucking crisis.
Do you think it was something magical enraging the bullets?
It was some type of mutation. They had like this green gooey secretion. They were like like there was boils all over them. It just didn't seem right.
Our text message just said we have a mission briefing to come to the room. It doesn't say like what our mission, where our mission is. It doesn't give us detail through text message, right?
No, just tells
Okay.
you where to go. You see that like they tell you guys good luck and they move on. All you guys know is that with their situation, they went to go investigate something. They didn't defeat the bullets, but they fought to get out of there. So they basically failed their mission.
I know your ass is probably going in on them. Like 6 ain't real. He ain't real out here. He ain't doing it for House Canada. Well, I'll wait for the rest.
Because in Godric said, he's like, general or not, you allow him to be the bait. They're already going after him. And then you use that opportunity to eliminate all of them and then succeed in your mission. As you walk into the room,
I just send via text bullet mutations. What do you know? ?
Your phone would be like, your phone would be vibrating while you're in this meeting room.
Oh,
It's vibrating loud and it's very quiet as they're about to start. So it's vibrating loud enough for Godric to hear it.
So I'm like, click.
It's supposed to be on silent.
Shalissa got through the silent. I have it on a mission critical D&D.
As you look and you're telling him it's supposed to be on silent, you see in the corner of the room is Shalissa like clicking on his phone.
Shalissa!
Huh?
Equipment on silent. We are about to be debriefed.
It is on. Yes, sir.
While he's looking away, I shoot him a text. Give me a second.
He yells at me.
Hello, how is everyone doing?
Well,
Great.
I'm good.
I'm sorry, I know that this is supposed to be your day off, but something very important has come up and we need to send our best team at the moment since your failure rate is way lower than B team. You see he seems frustrated.
What is our success rate?
100%.
Your success rate is 99.
Damn, we only fucked up on one?
I'll tell you right now that House Kenneth keeps it at 99 because it pushes someone like Godric to keep like pushing and not get lazy.
last time I went to 102%, my brothers died because I let them go do something.
He thought that they were doing great and he slacked off.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like they keep it at 99,
Even though it's
or-
100.
or is it actually 100 and they just keep
I
it
need
that
you to
way?
get a
On
therapist
your
to stop
scores,
pressing us.
it will never go above 99.
Okay.
I need you to get a therapist and work out some of your goddamn.
You guys are 99. B team at the moment has just went down to 89.
When they say they need their best unit, Baron will go to dap up Osfeta.
I respect it. I dap him back up.
So-
We can't-
And he starts to prepare his barrel.
So, we will be sending you to Sharn. That is your mission location. Are you all familiar with the drug Dragon's Blood?
I've heard whispers.
I did it back in my age.
Certain like real big like urban areas are where like a lot of Dragon's Blood is, like Dragon's Blood users and stuff like that. You know that it is a heavy and addictive high. It can like a drinkable version of like a shot of like heroin or something. You guys know that Dragon's Blood is a very high and a very heavy and addictive drug. It is like a liquid shot of like heroin. It's thick and red like blood, and it is like an actual shot you would take like a like liquor or whatever. As you take it, you know that it sits in your stomach for a couple of seconds, and then you start to feel this high, and it could have different arcane effects depending on your blood type, but for the most part it's like a hallucinogen. You guys are familiar with the drug Dragon's Blood, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It's my job to know these things.
There is a specific strain of Dragon's Blood that has reached Sharn. We don't know where it comes from, who invented it. In the wrong hands, it could cause a lot of trouble when it comes to the balance of the war and where our finances go when it comes to the balance of the war. But in the right hands, we could change this into somewhat of a super soldier serum. You're going to be meeting with our point man in Sharn. He is an arcane spatter analyst in Sharn's Metro department. He works alongside Homicide, but he has been fully investigating this for us. He is undercover for specific House Cannith. So they tell you that you guys are looking for a man named Mr. Marks. To explain to you what he actually does,
Mr. Marks.
Mr. Marks. So there are specific people who are born that can see traces of arcane energy that other people can't. And anytime somebody dies by magical means, there's an explosion of the arcane energy within the body. And by the spatter of that arcane energy, he's able to kind of figure out what happened. They tell you that he works for Sharn Metro Homicide, but he reports to House Cannith, and he's been involved with this situation. He's in the process of trying to figure out what it does to the blood of, what this drug does to the blood of people who take it. So he tells you Mr. Marks is going to be able to help you figure out what's going on and possibly be able to get a sample back. From what we know, anyone who takes this new strain of dragon's blood becomes completely enraged. It gives them an extreme amount of strength that they wouldn't normally have. They kind of black out and don't know what they're doing. The scariest part is that if they were a sorcerer or wizard, somebody who knows how to use magic in a trained way, it amplifies whatever they would do. If we could take the bad out of whatever this drug is and set it up for soldiers, then we could have an extreme source to be able to sell for the war. So, gather everything you need to gather. You have 4 hours before you need to head to Sharn. We will set up everything for you to be blinked to your location. You see that he gets up and he walks out of the room.
Did B Squad ever say where they were coming back from?
No.
Okay.
It's probably record.
Yeah.
It is in records, and a general, which you have 3 in your group, could check those records if they wanted to.
Godric will say, I will go prepare a kit for our departure. Please prepare yourselves.
I'll ask Korn to go check the records of where B Squad just came from, because
yeah, I can go check.
I explained them the bullet story. They were talking about how bullets were enraged, and I think it has something to do with this dragon blood, just in case we don't run into people controlling aggressive bullets.
Yeah, Kappa, would you like to go with me so you know where to go if you need to gather any information from old records?
If I have access to this.
Well, I mean, you won't have complete access to walk in there, but there's always a clerk that's there, and if you are able to have access to specific things, they'll be able to gather it for you.
Sure. May I have a moment with Bia and Baron really quick?
Sure, yeah.
I walk out too, I guess.
Baron's like about to get in his barrel, but he hears his name when he looks over.
To my understanding, Bia, you are a hunter of sorts.
Yes.
Can you prepare some sort of trap so we can capture one of these bullets alive?
Will do.
And Baron, you seem to have quite the talent in whatever you have talents in. Would you
Correct.
Would you be able to come up with a way to sedate it once we capture it?
Are we positive? Hold on. Baron No one else is in the room, right?
Just
No,
us.
it's just you three in the room.
Yeah. So Baron's gonna be like,
But I would like you whenever you get the chance to roll a lore check.
okay, yeah. Baron's about to speak up. He's like, are we positive? Oh, and he looks around. Are we positive that it is, have to do with what, Team B was doing?
We are not positive, but it seems everybody is checking the records. And I don't think it would be a bad idea to be prepared to capture a beast that is infected.
Monster sedation. I got you, Squid.
Thank you.
I was going to say, I love how you had to check the room and see if any higher ups was around before you had to use your
Just anyone, not
friend-
higher ups.
your friend voice.
And then I walk out and meet up with Core.
Baron's gonna then turn to his barrel, get in and start crafting. He's gonna be setting up test samples or a way to test any of the dragon blood strain. He has some of his own that he's been trying to do something similar with, but it's never been like a strong enough strain because he's never really heard of a strong enough strain. And then also start working on the monster sedation.
After he walks out the room, I'll probably go back, pick up the barrel, and walk to make sure we have everything ready, like pack up and stuff like that.
You know that is specifically what like Godric is doing, is getting all that equipment together. So if you want, you'd be assisting him.
Yeah, I'll take the barrel and go assist Godric.
And you know that damn well he's rebuilding kit to be blinked.
Absolutely.
I help with that. I try to use my magic to lift heavier objects too.
Bia, what were you go?
So I'll be going to the hunter's market to try to build a trap for these.
Okay. All right. So we will start with you.
You the last motherfucker should be alone. Right?
That's true.
Matter of fact, yeah. We're gonna start with Core and Kappa.
Perf.
So you guys are walking down the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna make like a little small talk while we're walking down the hall before we get to the archives.
Okay.
Core,
Yeah.
I noticed that you gave me part of your check.
Oh yeah, it's no problem.
What happened?
Well, I mean, we got you this job because we know what's going on with your brother, and it's gonna take a while for you to stack up for what you need. So I mean, before you were part of the team, you've done a lot for us. You've had our back. So I mean, it's the least I can do is help you out to get closer to your goal.
I appreciate that, but I do not want to be indebted to anybody.
No. It's just it's a gift from me to you. Don't think about paying me back. I mean, I know the sacrifices that you make for family.
I appreciate that.
I've made sacrifices myself. So
As I'm sure everybody has.
yeah, but it's no big deal. I mean, I usually only take 95% of my check home with me anyways. I mean, I kind of try to make Godric happy, so I always send 5% to the vault. Keeps him in a good mood. At least for 20, 30 minutes after I do it.
Yes,
He's a good guy. He's just intense.
he is.
But I mean, he's failed before, so
He has.
he definitely has, and he's afraid of failing like that again because the one time he did fail, a lot of people that he cared about lost their lives.
I see.
So just know that if he is being intense, he's being what you might feel extra with us. It's because he does care.
That is comforting.
Yeah, I mean, he is extra though.
I just give him like a glance and I'm just like,
Core like chuckles.
so this room.
Yeah, it's right here. You guys like turn the corner and you see that there is a small window where you can ask for records, but Core actually scans his badge and walks into the door and you walk in behind him.
Does my badge do the same thing?
No, you're not going to have access in here unless you're a commander, but I mean, unless you're a general, but I mean, for the most part, a lot of this stuff isn't too secret to where you wouldn't be able to get to.
Okay.
You see that, like, there's somebody in there, and he's like, hey, I need to look at some records. Can we walk back there and get some things together? And they're just like, yes, General Corps. And you see that they get up and walk with him. And you see they walk into a back room, and where you're left is at that front desk, and you see that there are a bunch of files that are being processed into the system. And on the table where you see all the files being processed into the system, you see that there's also the scroll that you had to retrieve 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, can I make a notice to see like what's going on with that? If there's like a little tidbit of information I could glance at?
Good.
I will.
Okay.
The fuck?
Then roll a notice.
Kappa is a traitor.
3.
3.
Yep.
Okay. So you're trying to do it without being seen, correct?
I mean,
Or
he said he could access all these documents, and it's technically my stuff that I submitted.
you have the idea that like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
Okay. So as you go to open this, you see it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust.
Okay.
But you roll the 3, and you see that like everything's scattered apart as like what you would think somebody would have, like you know how when they show people with like dyslexia or something like that in a TV show, everything's jumbled.
Yeah.
It's like that for a minute,
Okay.
and then it all starts to like settle in on the scroll.
That's kind of cool.
As you open this up and everything starts to clear up, you see that it looks like blueprints for a nuke. So it was true that there are blueprints for some type of like forge thing, but you see the guy was also right, and there is a list of political figures, but you see that the list shows the highest bid to the lowest bid for who's going to get this nuke, because House Cannith is selling it off on a secret black market to whatever country can pay the most.
Fuck.
And it looks like this nuke has enough power to take out maybe 75% to possibly 100 of an entire country.
Damn. Can I get can I take a mental snapshot of who's at the top of the list? The top 3?
You see that at the top of the list, you see right now at the top of the list is a lord in Undare. And you see that his name is Sudro Deval. But as you're looking at it, you see that in this magic scroll, you see, as you're staring and you're like looking at these names and everything, you're taking this mental snapshot, numbers start to change. As this scroll is updating itself on bids.
Get out of here. That's cool.
You see that the scroll's updating itself on bids, and you see that anytime somebody would put enough to get up top, this Sudro guy will go ahead and jump above it.
Question: Does it have an expiration, like when the bidding's over? Does it have like a?
There is writing at the bottom that you see is the only thing that's not moving, but it's in Draconic.
Okay.
So it is something that you can try to copy on a scrap piece of paper real quick or something, and maybe if you come across somebody who knows Draconic, they'll be able to tell you.
I'll do it real quick.
So you'll do that real quick?
Yeah.
So
last thing, then we could put this thing away. Are there any countries that are left off of this list?
That are left off of the list?
Yes.
No.
Fucking A. So they're okay.
You see that it is whoever can pay the highest bid will get this device. And once they get it, it's a free-for-all wherever they want to set it. But from what you're looking at, it's the blueprints are hard to tell, but the information on it is simple enough for you to know that whatever this is in the sky, and whoever gets this will be able to put in their settings of what country gets blown up.
It's a fucking Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War.
It's a Death Star.
And it'll wipe out the entire country.
Doesn't Dare have any countries that they are warring with the most that I know?
You know that right now, Undare and Thrain have kind of made a temporary truce against Karnath. You see that within the way that this is built, though, it looks like however it was built, it was set up specifically so that it would destroy any living thing but Warforges. Warforges can survive the attack. You see that at the bottom, it shows that everything was created by Dr. Tywin Mithra.
Have I ever heard this name?
That was one of the main pioneers in... It's very popular for everybody. It was one of the main pioneers in the push for Warforges. He was one of the top doctors that created them. He specifically created the first round of them.
So he made Godric.
He's like my dad, technically.
He made Godric. Just to tell you a little bit about him, you know that Tywin is human, and at this point, he is about 89 years old.
Oh, he's old.
Because he created the Warforges when he was already old. He was like in his 60s.
Yeah. Damn. Your daddy a piece of shit.
Why? He made me.
You a piece of shit.
I ain't a piece of shit. I'm a piece of fucking excellence
Also,
for work.
those doctors make whatever they're commissioned to make. Those things get handed down, and they have to make it. So
We have some interesting conversations in this mini campaign.
we will move from there to deep into the city of Siri. Going into a shop is Bia. You're known in the local shops. I mean, you go do things like this all the time to be better prepared. You're old school, as you know, somebody who's how old are you? 150. You're more old school than everybody else. So you remember the old ways of just walking into a shop and conversating and getting something rather than having something commissioned by the government and built for you.
Right. So, B would always be watching his surroundings as he walks into the shop. Would I make a roll to make sure anybody's not watching me?
I will say you don't feel any like weird presence.
All right. So Bia walks into the shop, and Bia has like the team's direct credit card anytime he goes into the shop for mission related things.
Okay.
So I walk in. I'm looking around. Do I see a little shop owner?
You see, it is a. It looks like it is a gnome that's tinkering with something while he's sitting on top of the counter.
Have I seen him before?
Yeah,
Yes.
this guy's been here for years.
All right. So I walk up. Augustus, how are you?
Bia.
Long time no see.
Well, I mean, you did come in here a couple weeks ago, so not too long.
When you're an elf, time flows by really fast.
Telling me, I see people come in and out, and one day they're a child, the next day they're old as shit.
You understand?
Yes.
So I'm looking for something to trap a very slightly stronger bullet.
Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
You need to trap one?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have traps. I mean, even if we don't have one big enough, we can always go ahead and put something together.
Oh yeah, I'd prefer if we put something together for this one.
Well, you just have to give me a moment. I have to see if we have all the pieces. If not, then we would have to order something, and we wouldn't be able to get it done for another 2 days, depending on how long it would take to get here.
If I could pay extra, could you make it faster?
Let's see what I have. So, what you would be doing is you would be rolling resources.
Ooh.
Oh, don't.
Fire.
Okay,
So
that's
2.
2 plus whatever your resources is.
I don't have resources.
So it's a 2. So you see he's like, oh, well, I think I have just enough for 1 trap. So if it doesn't go well, you're out of luck.
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty sure we could do it the first run through. You could just hand me the pay slip and I'll write down the information.
Yeah, sure. He hands you the paperwork for you to fill out for
writing.
payment. You see,
Godric.
as he's building it, he's like, yep, this is the last of the resources we have for this kind of trap. And if you've ever played the old Monster Hunter before, you set your trap and you're not able to pick it back up once you set it. So you better hope that you set it in the right place and they don't walk into another room and they're not paintballed.
Used to piss me off.
Well, as you know, like I was pretty proficient in playing Monster Hunter. I think I was like top ranked from game 0 damn near all the way up. What are they on now?
Finish the paperwork.
All right, I'm writing down the name. It's Godric. When they asked the address to send it to, I sent like his direct PO box attached to him.
Okay, so are you going to be carrying this or do you want me to send it through the Kenneth Blink box?
You can send it through the Kenneth Blink box.
Okay, and register it specifically to your name or?
Oh no, I got the name for you to register it to.
Be in your name.
Hey, it was gonna be one of ours.
So he's like, sign a name.
I got you. Bia Vostira.
He's like, okay, got your name on it. Yeah, I guess I'll send it through. I'm surprised since you only do like, little missions here and there. You're like an arrow for hire that they even allow you to send things through blink boxes to their warehouses.
Oh yeah, I'm just more of the man that knows what's happening, honestly. They just have me in for more of a consultation type of thing.
Sure. All right, well, I'm going to send it through. You might want to start heading that way.
All right, thank you. Pleasure doing business with you.
Yep, no problem. So, you go ahead and leave and you'd be on your way back. You two ended up meeting with Godric to help him, right? You as well?
Yes. He's in the barrel, so
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
He's carrying me in the barrel as I'm working.
So as you walk into the garage, you see that before anything is even loaded up, you see Godric is standing there, hands on both joysticks at this machine, and you see that he's modifying Kit.
Hey, Godric.
Yes.
And you see that he has a preset, but he always goes through every single step to make sure that everything is still the same, because these damn machines be fucking up.
Yes, Shalissa.
Do you need any help? Anything from me?
You have experience crafting warforges?
No, but I played Microsoft Paint a couple of times, so I think I got to kind of get the hang of it.
Can you grab some provisions and some of the equipment that we're going to be loading up into Kit? And then just set it up over there, and then once Kit is built, we could just load the cargo up.
Okay, I'm gonna sit Baron right next to you. Please do not mess up this barrel.
Understood.
As you set the barrel down, you're just hearing weird electrical-ish noises, explosions, way too much that should be coming out of a barrel, and you just hear, "No, set it to Wumbo!" Yes, a W for setting it to Wumbo. Wait, do it again, I wasn't looking.
You see somebody is pushing a cart in your direction with a huge case on it. General G-0DR-1K.
Yes.
This was just sent through the blink box. It has Bia's name on it.
Shveta. As he would stand up and I assume there's a paper or whatever given to me that I have to sign. I would grab the paper and I would look at what he sent.
It is a very cheaply one-use bullet trap.
A bullet trap? This must be a mistake. This must not be ours. We are not in the process of hunting any bullets.
It says right here, sir, that it was sent through the blink box, ordered for Bia
Vastera.
It's smudged right here. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell what it was.
So you see Godric, his tiny hand goes, "Well, it is here. He has a mistake. This must be a personal use. Send it, charge his account." As Godric puts his account, Bia's account in to be charged for.
Oh, yes, sir. I will take it for processing.
Thank you, good sir.
Yes. Do you need this cart, or do we take the case off the cart?
You can keep it here.
Okay.
I'll handle it.
And you see, he salutes you, and then he salutes you, Shalissa, then he salutes you, Baron.
He's in a barrel.
Yeah,
he
it's just a
salutes
barrel.
the barrel.
He salutes the barrel. Yeah.
People know the barrel.
Yeah, he salutes the barrel, and he's like, "Why the fuck did I salute the barrel?" And then he just starts like running off.
Godric would salute back.
Okay.
The barrel salutes
I'd be
back.
asking why the fuck he salute the barrel myself.
Back to Kappa.
Yeah.
As you're able to like jot all that stuff down, you kind of like roll the scroll up and put it back, and you see that Core walks out. You all good?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I got the information that we needed. Apparently, they were close to Sharn as well,
Really?
on the outskirts of the city. But
So it is at a high likelihood that we may encounter one of these creatures.
possibly. I mean, the only thing that kind of like connects is the being enraged thing. But I mean, who knows? What I have in the file though is that they were close to Sharn. They originally started close to the Elden Reaches. That's where the report started, and they followed the herd until the herd disappeared.
Ah, I see. I spoke with Bia and Baron regarding capturing one of those creatures for testing. If we were to run across one.
Well, I will say that if it has nothing to do with our actual mission, then we shouldn't worry about it. But if somehow it does connect to what our mission is, then it's a good idea to have those things set in place.
Worst case scenario, if we even have to capture a person.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not, but
Our job is to get a sample.
that is true. And
We know a
the
full...
purest sample would be within a living bloodstream.
Correct.
Or the drug itself, if we could find a dealer, but
That would be nice.
I don't know how easy that's going to be.
Imagine how nice it would be if we had the drug and something to study.
You're thinking like you're a member of House Cannith.
Or somebody who wants a fat paycheck.
They might compensate highly if you do that.
That's why I'm here.
So you guys are like, as you guys are having that conversation, you guys get towards the garage. Godric, do you set up anything differently this time?
I install a vault, like a safe in kit, because in my mind we are retrieving something smaller, particular, like a sample of some sort. So I install essentially a temperature controlled like cryogenic safe.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. You have that all set up, and you know you're going to Sharn, so you know that it is very crowded. There's a bunch of different floors that you can be in and stuff like that. You know that...
Ooh, can I put like tracks
Yes.
on kit?
Yeah, let's say that, yeah.
Or like spider legs?
Yeah. That would actually be more helpful because remember, like,
Yeah, no,
parts of the
Sharn's-
city
yeah,
are
yeah.
in buildings, so like if you go up the side, then you can go through the outside
Spider
entrances. So you set up a modification to where when you need it, it will transform
Yeah.
into spider legs.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck.
Okay, and you know that it'll sit like you know wherever you go, it will be balanced regardless with the tech that you guys have.
Cool.
You guys are all there getting everything together. Bia, as you get there, you see that there is this guy that is setting up paperwork where the blink box is at.
Gonna go walk over there.
Mhm.
Do I get a ding to my Kenneth account?
Not yet.
All right. So, did everything come through?
And you are?
Bia Vastira?
Bia Vastira. Let me see. Yes, you ordered something through your personal finance account.
No, I did not.
So, that's what the paperwork says. There was a modification to your paperwork.
Oh, okay. So, like, here's the card for our team.
Yeah, but it was signed off by General Godric. He's like, as he slides the card back over to you.
Well,
that it was a personal purchase,
okay.
not a team purchase.
General Godric. Well, could you send a message back through the blink for me?
A message back through the blink?
You know what I mean. Send a message straight to Godric.
That's not how that works. General Godric's right there, and you see, like, as he points and like 20 feet away is Kit.
I'm shoving a spiral leg in Kit's like shoulder.
Godric, you're being too rough.
Out of the barrel, you hear, "Firmly grasp it!"
Was not aware they were all here. Okay. I turn. I just start walking towards all the amalgamation and noises and shit.
So do I put this paperwork on hold? He says it loud enough for everybody in the garage to hear.
You charge it to Godric.
Charge it to.
So charge the trap to Godric?
Yes.
He has
Insufficient funds.
The fuck you mean insufficient?
he has insufficient funds.
Are they just yelling this?
Yeah.
Please just charge this to Shalistus and come on.
Well, I would need your information.
Fuck. Be it, pay for it.
Godric is too focused, so
Yeah.
he's not even paying attention to this conversation.
So do I charge this to,
Charge it to me. Fuck it.
to House Kenneth?
No.
Just Kenneth. It's like
Get you out your trance.
You turn around, you hear him like arguing with Bia about who he's supposed to charge it to.
Bia. Sorry for I saw that you mixed up. I charged your personal trap to your account.
Oh, the trap was for the team. I look over and
What do we need? There's no reason for us
I
to have
asked you for that.
a animal trap.
I asked you for animal
So
trap.
Godric,
Look at him.
Cord looks at you and he's like, well, I overheard that they decided that a trap might be a good idea just in case we run into one of the bullets the B team ran into. Apparently that was in the same location as where our mission is. They are thinking that with the rage incident that happened with the bullets, that could possibly be connected to our case with the dragon's blood. So they ordered it for the team just in case.
Well, it wasn't on our specified inventory list that we should bring. So what we will do,
I mean, you wrote this the
per
inventory
usual,
list.
per usual, if you bring additional. Per usual, if you bring additional resources that aren't necessary, it comes out. You pay for it personally, and if it is used during the mission, you will be given a credit from House Kenneth.
I whip out like one of your cards that you forgot existed. I mean, I have this for a reason. It says insufficient funds.
I don't know why you have mine. It's not active.
There's nothing in it.
Hey,
How the fuck you get your oil changed?
no, he handed that to you the one time at.
That's the one you lied to me about. Isn't
Oh,
it?
fuck. Not this again.
Oh, I put it back. Oh, my bad.
It is my fault, Godric. It
Don't
was,
take blame for this.
He lied?
Don't take blame. I'm sorry, Chris. Don't you take blame for this.
It was my idea to order the trap. I did not know how the operations worked.
So would you like to be would you like to be charged?
That is fine.
All right. And if the actual resources used during the operation you can put it in a form to be accredited by Kenneth back.
That is okay with me.
If you need help putting in a form, you can hand me your information. I'll put it in myself.
No.
This isn't a pre-made list through policy. He could just add it to the list.
And I look at B and I literally am like,
If the list isn't conversated,
Gordon's like, he can just add it to the list. Like,
like court protocol list is created during debriefing. After that, it is not considered part of it. No one brought up a bullet trap for the debrief.
I understand. You know, whatever.
Question, Godric. What if extra details was added to the mission for we have to pack extra equipment? Then isn't it?
The extra details would have been given to us by Kenneth, and then we would receive those.
Our debriefing wasn't to look into the other case
I
and
tried.
find information to do this. So
it is okay.
technically, he's correct.
I will.
You mean technically? Those are the rules.
I will take the charge, and worst case scenario, I will return it.
As they're all arguing kind of around the barrel, Baron's gonna bust out of the barrel and be like, "Okay, I've got the tranquilizer."
You hear,
Perfect.
you hear a ding on your device.
500.
5. How much was this trap? 500.
It was charged to Kenneth.
You see that it's
Not no more.
you see that it's on hold for 500 gold, but once it clears, it'll only be 200.
Thank you, Terrapase, and I dropped 500 gold in your hand.
Okay. Are we ready to go now?
Yes, Kit is up and well.
Perfect. Get in.
What else do you put on his card? The card that he has no money for.
My skincare weekly.
What did I miss?
My skin scarce because subscriptions.
This placer beast does not
you
come
hear
normal.
Kit like, I am all ready for a highway full of bloodshed and sacrifice for House Cannith.
Perfect.
My custom key is like me like stabbing Kit with like my sword to
Every mission we go on, I feel like more and more it's more of a power trip for you. I feel like it's like a kink for you than anything.
And he just doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yet. It's like when you're like a kid and you get your first boner and you don't know what it is.
Yes.
you're just fucking rubbing yourself.
You're like, I gotta. That's you. In the car, everybody in the car,
Late night traffic.
quickly.
Okay, everybody load up.
Yes.
Yes.
As you guys get ready, you guys get into the car and you see that automatically Kit's windows tint. And as they tint, you see this bright light start shining as these lights just go vroom, 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 and hit the vehicle as you guys completely blink, and you feel the car bouncing with traction as it hits like this desert road on the outskirts of Sharn. As you guys blink there, you guys are driving. You are looking, Baron, you're looking over the paperwork for the mission and what needs to be done. And I need you to roll your lore check.
2.
2. With 2, as you're looking through the paperwork and you're on your way there, just looking at the side effects of what happened and stuff, you start to think of your youth. And you remember when you were younger, your dad injected something into you, and you knew that it was supposed to be dragon something is what it was called. You were way too young to really remember what it was called, but you remember waking up after a huge explosion of like arcane energy. Somehow you survived it. You had like these nasty like boils all over your arms with a green like goo that was coming from it. You remember like this rushing like feeling like your heart beating way faster than what it should be for that short period of time. You remember that when that happened and you passed out again, you didn't wake up for a couple weeks. When you tried to ask your dad what happened, he basically said you had a nightmare. You guys were already moved from your house where all the destruction was to a whole new place. He said that like during the night you guys had to move and that you just had a nightmare and made you believe that it was all just in your head. As you're getting older and you're thinking back to it, it all seems too real. Plus the dream you just had, remembering that specific detail of that time right before this mission was given to you. You know the potential of power or destruction that could come from this strain, which means this strain has been around for a long time, but right now is the first time it's becoming popular.
Okay.
But you do remember the face of the guy who said he made it. And he had said that he made that strain himself.
Okay. And then what did he look like?
It is something that like you can remember certain details, but you feel like you wouldn't really be able to recognize the person or remember specific details unless you've seen that person
Okay.
again. The only thing that you truly remember is that there was a burn scar across their forehead. It looks like somebody took like a hot rod from like a forge and pressed it against their forehead.
Okay. You just kind of hear mumbling and rumbling and rustles of paper. Wait a second. Okay, wait, guys. I think I have something. Hold on. Okay, so after our one mission where we had to go capture that guy and get all the, the names or whatever, I had a dream on our way back, about my past. It just all seems way too coincidental about what's going on now. Someone offered my father dragon something. They said they made the strain, and my father then gave it to me, I think, and an explosion happened. Then I passed out for 2 weeks. But I think I remember what the guy would look like if I saw him. The only thing I really remember right now is that he had a big burn scar across his forehead.
Question. Can we do this like the other Eberron campaign, and I do like a wall of water to project his thoughts or his dream out so we all know what the guy looked like?
You'd be rolling a shoot check because that's the way I'm having you guys do like spells, like magic.
I rolled a 6.
A 6.
Fucking A.
Yes.
Yeah, you roll high as fuck.
As you rip the the dome of water away, you would see a vision of what happened. And as it gets to the part where you see the guy's face, you would see it the same way that he's seen it in the dream. So it's dreamlike, and you see it for a second, and then the water just like falls to the ground. So you guys seen just as much as he's seen.
Would I have seen this person?
You would have seen this person.
I would have seen this person.
You would have seen this person. And your travels and all like the dirty work that you did and stuff like that, you would have definitely seen this person. You know that this guy is a senator now. It doesn't look like he was then.
Yeah.
But he is a senator now in Sharn. And you know of him because he uses a lot of like criminals and like, you know, people from like underground and stuff like that to do a lot of work for him to push things in his favor in his district in Sharn.
What's his name?
Lucar.
I know him. I have seen that man before quite a few times.
Really?
He is the senator of a district in the Middle City. The reason I even know who he is because he uses a lot of, let's say, underground methods for the things that he does.
Seems like it's all coming together.
So this does not surprise me too much.
Wonderful. We will be heading towards the middle city for a Shard Metro homicide anyways.
I see. His name is Lou Carr.
So you know that you're going deep in the middle of the middle ward of Sharn. You know that Sharn Metro Homicide is in Sword Point, and right across the border into the next district is the Dragon Towers, and that is the district that Lucar is the senator of. As you guys are conversating, as you guys are pushing closer, all three of the generals, so Godric, Bia, and Kor, all get a notification into a group chat. Once you arrive in Sword Point, meet me at this location. And then at the bottom it says Mr. Marks. So Godric, as soon as you get that location, you throw it in the GPS, you see that it's minutes away. As you rush that direction, you know that it is in a tower that's halfway up. So you activate the spider legs on Kit and start climbing all the way up, and you see that there is an entrance that is there.
I feel like Godric texts like a boomer. So
Oh,
you'd be like understood ...
You talk to text strictly.
and then they'd send a what you'd probably think is a thumbs up emoji.
So as you get there, you see that there is as you get there, it looks like the entryway was blocked off. It looks like the door is like kicked in. And as you go through, you see that there is a bunch of like caution tape that's everywhere that's kind of like broken.
Okay.
As you guys walk in, you see that there is a man that's there. You see he has a briefcase, and he's standing in the middle of this room, and it looks like nothing else is in there. It looks like it's pretty empty. You just see small like orange cones with like numbers at different spots within the room.
Marks, correct?
Yes, I assume that you are G0.
As Godric would salute and go, Unit G0DR1K.
Huh. Godric.
Yes,
Clever.
I did not name myself, but yes.
It seems that your creators wanted you to have a real name.
He has no response.
As you see, he turns around and he's looking, he's like, are any of you gifted with the ability to see the traces of arcane energy after someone has left our realm? If you've went to any type of magical academy, it kind of explains to you that there is a source of arcane energy within the body.
I started knowing like I knew all this already.
If you overload, or in our case, overdose that amount of arcane energy to where the body can hold it, it explodes from within. There will be no trace of how you died by physically looking at you. You will look perfectly fine except for your body is dead. But your surroundings, if you're able to see, will have the explosion of that energy that came out of you. And you see, he goes into his bag and pulls out this. It looks like a light. And as he hits the switch, the light turns on and then smoke starts coming out of both ends. As he places it on the ground, you see by where all the orange cones are, you start seeing silhouettes of the way, the last way that the people were standing or formed or whatever before they exploded. And then you start to see in glowing blue that silhouette and then the spatter of arcane energy against the walls and the floor and everything where they exploded.
How many people are in?
You see that in this room there was about 5. When we found this was a place where junkies used to basically get their hit until they get their next one. It's been abandoned for a while, so they've kind of just made this their home. Whatever strain of dragon's blood they got into happened to be their last one. Seems like it must have been pretty easy to get to because everybody that was here had some. So that tells me that we have a dealer that's close. You see, if this was any other drug or any other way of dying by magical means, the spatter wouldn't be so big. This is so he starts showing you like where like the arcane spatter is at, and he tells you where it should be at a normal death, and he shows you that it's like 4 times the spatter is like going like in a range 4 times farther than what the normal thing would be. He tells you that even if somebody was to cast a fireball and hit somebody, their arcane spatter wouldn't go this far.
So it is very, very potent, this dragon's blood.
It seems as if whoever's taking it is being charged like a battery before they overload.
I see. And you said the source is probably close by.
Has to be. For this many people to die in one spot, for them all to have a taste of it, I'm pretty sure not one of these people were financially set enough to buy enough for everyone.
How much does this stuff cost?
He tells you that regular dragon's blood right now on the market, well, before the last couple weeks on the market, was about 200 gold for like a 30-minute hit. He tells you whatever this is, from what they've come across, this thing is like almost 1,000 gold. Crime has even shot up in this area as people are trying to rob, kill, and steal what they can to come up with the funds that they need to buy this. My department is not enough to stop what's going on.
Do there seem to be a high concentration of these cases in Dragon Towers?
That's where most of the bodies are found.
Then I think we have our first lead. I start explaining to him the theory we have.
Lucar, senator.
Yes.
You've always seemed dirty to me. But I mean, once you're that high up into the towers, really doesn't matter what you do. There's always somebody that's going to protect you. There's always some connection that you have.
And that's any higher up anywhere you go.
You see, there's things that my department can't do. There's people they can't touch. And even if they go through due process, that person can be going in and out of court and be out on the streets doing whatever they want until their time comes.
Mr. Marks, we are due process.
We are not here to go after Lucar. We are here to collect some samples.
You are here to get a sample of whatever the drugs are, which means we need a dealer to do so.
But we need to seize control
And
as well.
we need to know where these drugs are coming from. Because if House Cannith is going to take control of this and change it, whoever the source is needs to be found.
That is true. It is not an awful idea to propose some sort of deal with Lucar to potentially buy his entire source. I'm sure House Cannith would have no problem spending money on.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
That's if it really is him.
He may just be a cog.
If it really is him, he already has the city or his district in a chokehold per se. It's gonna take a lot to walk him down and hey.
Or a lot of money. Which House Cannith has.
Even though we think he might be the person who made the strain, it doesn't mean he's the one now distributing it.
All we need is the recipe. We do not need...
I just mean as far as finding a way to have House Cannith take control.
That is... Godric, what do you think we do?
If we believe that Senator Liu is our main lead to this dragon blood, then I believe we investigate him and after we investigate him to confirm that he is involved with dragon's blood, then we can make our choice whether to approach him with a proposal or approach him with a command.
Fair enough.
Mr. Mark says, it has come to my attention when this mission first came about that you all are chameleons when it comes to certain missions. Maybe be a chameleon within the city of Sharn. You're a normal person that lives here. Maybe you're a junkie. Just looking for a hit.
Godric, why are you looking at me? It's not like I've been shot up with this before.
That may be your best way to get in.
Yes, I know, Shalissa.
It's not just Godric looking at you though.
Mr. Marks, are there any reports of overdose survivors? Somebody who can handle this amount of magic and not die?
Like me.
I'm not talking about you.
I am.
You don't know that.
Through all of our findings, we have 32 dead and 3 that are hospitalized in a coma.
How long?
The longest, a month.
And I look at Cor and I say, well, we have our test subjects.
Ooh, if I could get a sample of their blood.
Yeah, I think that we need to blend in. Is there anybody that you guys know within Sharn? Anybody that we could
Shit, baby, let me go.
blend in with or talk to?
Would that be a contact roll?
That would be a contacts roll.
Not me. I have a negative one.
Ain't you Mr. Contact?
Yeah, I rolled all my negatives.
Oh my god.
I got 1.
I got a 2.
I have a 3.
Can I use a fate point?
You can. You can spend one if you would like.
Or I guess this doesn't do anything.
Do you want to
Everyone-
wait to see what a
it could
3
be for a
hears?
reroll.
Yeah, I want to
So-
spend it for a reroll.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like what would
Yeah.
the aspect that you're boosting off of or rerolling off of.
Spending a fate token to use my needs ends aspect. 2.
Yeah, you got it too. What did you get?
A 3.
You?
I got a 1.
-1.
2.
2. Okay. So with you two, you know of somebody within the middle ward that at one point you used to get like drugs and chemicals from. You know that they're not the most sane, but
My favorite.
they're not the most sane, but it's somebody that you feel like you can trust if you're in the middle of a transaction. So if you can start a transaction and hold off for a while, then you should be good. You know somebody who you've came across within certain dealings. You know that they will help you if they need to, but only for a certain price. But they are completely against the new age of way things are done, and they are against Warforges. One of your brothers,
Is it the brother I like or don't like?
the one of the twins. So you're good with one twin, not the other. So let's say it's the one that you aren't really that close with. You haven't talked to him for maybe 50 years.
That's like a blinking of an eye for an elf, though.
But the last time you guys spoke was like family grudges against everybody. You know where they're at. You know they're here. You know their kids are here.
Unky
You
B.
got a family?
For real, like you have a whole ass family.
I have one contact, but he is not a fan of Warforges.
Neither am I. No, I'm joking.
I know someone who's trustworthy when, you're doing transactions with him. Usually when I'm here, I buy drugs from him. Runs a shop. Not all the sketchy kinds. Sometimes the sketchy kinds of drugs, but, when I need to resupply. So maybe I could get some information off of him as long as I'm interchanging some supplies.
We will use mine as a last resort.
Well, unfortunately, I have family here.
I also forgot to mention that he might be insane. You have family?
Unfortunately,
I haven't spoken to him in 50 years, and the last note we left off on wasn't exactly that great.
Perfect. Then it sounds like we are starting with Bia's sibling.
Someone else might have family here too. I read a news article earlier in the week. I think for the next couple of days, Dr. Mithra is in Sharn.
we all look at Godric.
Does that ring a bell to anyone?
All of us.
Completely in Kappa's mind, but Dr. Tywin Mithra is the one that created him.
Yeah.
So
Daddy.
Kor's like, Dr. Mithra is supposed to be here for the next couple days. I read in a news article.
Question out of game before I give my response. What would be my relationship with Dr. Mithra?
You haven't seen him in let's say maybe 10 years. You haven't really seen him, but he's always been someone who has tried to be very close to you and the rest that were first created. He was even very clever with your code, the code for your names, and gave all you guys real names and stuff like that. One of your fondest memories is when you were first created, trying to get used to the way your body is walking. He would actually hold your hands in front of you and help you walk. Though he was like a frail old man, it seemed like he was somebody who actually really cared.
Interesting. That is good to know. If we have time, I can try to reach out to the doctor to see if they know any info.
I guess the only people who don't know anybody here is you and me, Shalissa.
Yes, my family's not really prone to these parts.
We could get to know people while they meet up with the people they know. You could always hit the local tavern.
You're right, Core. Let's go.
Couple drinks and a fuck away, you could spend the weekend at somebody's house.
I don't want to fuck anybody here in Sharn.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just.
Would you do the fucking?
No, we'll figure it out. So I guess we're gonna split off and see how our contacts work and inform each other afterwards.
Sure.
Seem like the plan for the next step, guys.
You got it, General.
Sounds good to me.
Copy that.
Wonderful. I will take everyone to their destinations in kit. Excelsior! No, I don't actually say that.
I will travel there myself.
It would be much more efficient if you would get there faster.
Yes, but he would not speak to me. It is okay. It's not far from here.
Dr. Marks tells you, he's like, I can always set up some type of transportation for those that need to go different directions. And you see that he goes and he picks up the light with like the smoke that's coming out of it, turns it off and goes to put it in his bag. And then anybody can roll notice if they would like.
0.
3.
Do better.
Also a 3.
1.
Both Kappa and Bia, as you see Mr. Marks putting stuff in his bag, you see it looks like this open box for a second, and it looks like it is a box with a bunch of arcane slides in it. As he zips it up real quick, and you see that he rushes out.
Did you notice that too?
Yes, what is he doing with those?
I'm not sure. Do you trust it?
No.
Do you think we should try to get it off of him?
I think one of us should tail him. As I said, my contact, I wanted to be my last scenario. So I will trail him.
Well, if you need help, you can ring me.
Because we all know you cannot trust anybody else in any other city, in any other country, in any other land.
As you guys disperse in your own separate ways, Godric, you get into your vehicle and you start thinking about the past and everything that you've kind of like pushed to the back of your mind within working. You're thinking about the past and the way everything used to be, everything you've pushed to the back of your mind after your incident. As you're driving, you kind of put yourself like, in autopilot and zone out a bit as you drift back into your memories. Back when everything seemed so much more simple. You take a step out of the first factory where Warforges were created. As you look upon some of the newly built recruits. You see at the moment, there's only about 30 of you in total. You guys haven't even been exposed to the rest of the world. As you take a deep breath of air and you feel just the cold air going through your body, you see standing next to you is the other Warforged that was created the exact same time as you. You know that in the beginning, all that Dr. Mithra had was a dual machine that could make 2 at a time. So, in a way, this was like your twin. you both woke up together, took your first breath together, and were set to guide the rest of the Warforged into what you guys needed to be as you entered the wars. There were 10 that were made originally, and those were to guide the rest, but it seemed as if Dr. Mithra put more responsibility and more care and more love within the 2 first creations. As you're taking this breath of air and watching the newly built recruits, you see your twin walk up next to you. 8-LAD-3. But as you were Godric, Dr. Mithra called him Blade. At this time, you remember just watching over the new recruits and thinking about everything that you guys are supposed to do, how you're supposed to lead them. And you see this cheerful smile on Blade. And you feel this sense of pride, and you feel happy as well. As Blade looks at you, it's going to be us. We are going to teach them everything that they need to know. We're going to guide them in the right direction. And you see he takes both arms and crosses them in front of his chest, and he's like, for House Cannith.
As Godric would have done the same for House Cannith, brother.
As long as we have each other's back. No matter what we do, from here until we die out for our house, we will be okay.
Cannith till we die.
And you see that as he looks at you, you see him like actually smile at you and go to give you a hug as you hug him back. And you see in the distance, Dr. Mithra is just like smiling at like the both of you as his creations. And for a second, for the first time in your creation, you felt the warmth of another be created within your being. And then you snap out of it as you continue driving and follow the GPS to the location where you will meet Dr. Mithra. And that is where I will end the session.
Woo-wee!
Sick.
This shit is wild.
Welcome to Eberron.
Man.
I'm glad we're in Sharn. Should be
Same.
fun.
It's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. And it will be interesting to try to, I guess, talk to my dad. And Bia obviously try to avoid his brother.
Yeah, why are you trying to avoid your brother?
Dad?
Well, we could talk about why he's going to try to avoid his brother on Late Night Traffic. Hey, guys, check out our Patreon, Clash of Crits per usual, which is the show after the show where we talk about the show. We got Dungeon Discussions, and we even got a Patreon-exclusive campaign called Warcon. Should really check it out. We would really appreciate the support. But before we say goodbye, plugs, does anyone have them?
You can follow me on the X
Throw it up.
at Chappie_COK. I would also like to shout out Osokuma for campaign Make Nice.
Why are you talking like a caveman?
You know why he's talking like because he's an idiot.
Yeah, strangling machines and making them say kill me.
Yeah. Where's your mind go?
Yeah. You can follow me at OSOKUMA_COK. Also follow Clash of Crits. That's Clash_of_crits with a K. If you don't know about Eberron, read about Eberron. I love Eberron.
You can follow me on the X at Dropper_crit with a K. And remember, people, you can money to anything.
You can follow me at Nomi Smalls on all platforms if you want. Super chill. Blue sky's better.
Well, I may be avoiding my family, but I am not avoiding my Twitter. You can follow me at SYVNOG.
X.
I ain't gonna lie like that. I'm like,
Blue sky, pretty chill.
And you can follow, my name is Psycho. You can follow me at XYCH0. COK. I also like to plug in Hybrid Punk to do some of the music that we play, and Shinovis does our theme song. That being said, I believe that is everything. So we will see you in traffic.
Wait, we're missing
Also,
one
wait
more
a
part?
minute. We are in Sharn, and if you want to know more about Sharn, subscribe to our Patreon, and you will be able to hear everything about Sharn because we went into a deep dive.
Yes, we did in our Dungeons and Discussions. So that being said, we will see you in traffic. Bye.
Bye.
Kenneth.
Wait, we're chasing a dragon.
This was a Clash of Crits podcast. Theme song done by Shinovis, with additional music done by Hybrid Punk. If you enjoyed our show, please give us a rating. See you in the next episode.